Hello, hello, hello. It's Attorney Mike Graven coming to you from Chicago. It looks like we've got a verdict in the XXXTentacion trial, so I was going to hang out here until we hear it.
I'd have to feel like I should be elected emperor of the world before I could be that arrogant, not show up for a sentencing. Like really, like top two. Only me and one other person get to run for emperor of the world.
Little stay out of Fulton County, sir. The only reason you're going to come to Fulton County is court or to see your lawyer. Not even get gas. Can't even stop at Chick-fil-A. Stay.
Any objection? All objections.
Hello, Donna. Thank you.
Jurors are entering.
Parties may be seated. Folks, come to order. The parties are present.
Morning, Pink Candy.
Good morning. Welcome back. I trust you all able to follow the court's directions. Very good. You may retire to continue your deliberations. Again, please make sure any electronic devices are left alone.
No turtleneck.
All right, parties present, jurors are absent. We will be in recess until we hear further. So again, trying to be not more than about 5 minutes away and leave a number for. Thank you. All right, for recess.
I don't know what just happened because I couldn't hear. Did anybody see? They're taking a recess? That's outrageous. That's so outrageous. I'm going to play this.
That was, and I hate, God, I hate this. I thought, what's a dick pussy, going back and forth between texts with one another, and I never want to hear it again.
There you go. Law Talk with Mike for hard-hitting verdict coverage. Thank you. I literally don't know what happened. I have court appearances, which is why I have this goofy suit on, and I saw that they were doing it. Does anybody know? Oh, 5-minute recess. Well, I mean, I've got more clips. I do.
Ma'am, you didn't say the cat jumped on his wiener, did you?
Never basically pulled anything out. So you can talk with your attorney about that.
Yeah, ma'am. Well, I never exposed myself, and
I don't know who he thinks he is, talking to anybody like that.
Your Honor,
Listen, you're going to agitate me if you lie to me. I saw you. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you one last time. You are going to agitate me if you lie to me. I saw you.
He was dry humping all that, dude.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. He was getting after it when I pulled up.
Wait a second. Are they continuing deliberations? So we don't have this. Oh, fantastic. Rob's in the house. And it's a good thing, too, because everyone wants to see this genius stream. Where I'm in between court appearances. Oh, good Lord. I thought we were... Oh, no. There's no verdict? Someone is 5 minutes away, but I don't know why they would call the jury back in unless there was a verdict. I mean, it's possible, but it's rare. Well, that's not good. Let me see here. Maybe this is the problem.
Without getting into further detail, there were drugs involved that people were giving to me that ended up being glue. Like I smoked some glue and stuff. I thought I was smoking crack, and
Yeah, I mean, they can do it their own way, but they usually don't call the jurors in because they have a question. Usually that's done by a note to the judge. And then they talk to the attorneys, and then they send a note back. That's usually how that's handled. Not always. That's been my experience. Let me put it that way. Yeah, it's looking that way. And I've got another court appearance. Cat in Virginia, sussed. The verdict is going to come back against Drake, despite the fact that he wasn't on trial. It's going to be unprecedented. You don't want to miss it. He was in another country. He had nothing to do with it whatsoever. But that's what we're dealing with. All right. I'm just gonna leave this on for a bit. I'm gonna come back because I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes. I've got another court appearance. So I'm gonna close it down if you don't come back and run it soon. But I'm just gonna hang out and wait for the verdict here. I've got nothing. I'm not gonna play all my clips at you. That's just rude. It's just rude.
Me 10 days to file a motion for a new trial. You have to file that in writing. It does have to be filed here in our court. You have to be prepared to post bond.
Before we go too far and have the same issue again, I'd inquire of the court if your ruling as it relates to this discussion with Mr. Washington about the drug activity also applies to the discussion or knowledge that the defendant's daughter has about the same issue, because it will come up again, and I don't believe the court has specifically ruled on that.
You're correct. I guess I'm back at the same point. The fact that the defendant may have imparted some historical information in his discussions with Mr. Washington. I don't know that somehow is, especially information that be already known to the police authorities. It doesn't really constitute the defendant entrusting to Mr. Washington the innermost secrets of his heart.
Isn't it a valid argument for the state to say that this is something that is information that is confirmed by the rest of the evidence that the jury has heard? So just as each of the things that Mr. Washington says about other specifics about this case or this investigation, to the extent that they can be verified by evidence the jury has independently heard, doesn't that make them more likely to have been said by the defendant? Of course, you can counter that. You can say, well, you could get that from another source. That's, again, a valid response, but it isn't a disqualifying response. It is argument that is a valid and appropriate argument. Again, Judge, we're now talking about whether he can be questioned about something that is already in evidence in this case.
Yeah, I think that's the bottom line. You're correct. It is not in evidence for the purpose that it now is being sought, but it's not going to suddenly astound the jurors to hear this. And for that very reason, its prejudicial impact is diminished. And that is one of the factors for the court to consider. So on this, I'm going to say, okay.
Okay, so I just need to briefly let him know, and then I'm ready.
Have him come over if he isn't here already.
He's here. I'll just go briefly.
Okay, you can go talk to him.
What about the Olivia issue? I'm sorry.
We'll cross that bridge.
Okay.
And hey, avoid names with respect
Yes.
to minors.
This trial looks like it's pretty fun, but I just haven't had time to get over to it. Obviously, I'm just waiting for them to come back with the verdict in the XXXTentacion case. Let's watch the judge watch TikTok. This is going to be awesome.
Judge, would you like Mr. Washington brought out before you call the jury?
That'd
So
probably
should the deputy
be
bring it
helpful. Yeah.
Having said that, sir, it's my understanding that you wish to waive your right to have a hearing and admit to the violation.
Yes.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear of the right. You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. Sir, do you acknowledge that you tested positive for alcohol on January 26, 2023 in violation of the no alcohol condition of your probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I find that there's a willing and knowing admission to the violation. Are you satisfied, Miss? I'm gonna ask both of you, and you both need to speak up. Are you both satisfied?
Yes,
You
Your
both
Honor.
satisfied with the plea? Yes. Thank you. All right. As to sentencing in this,
And Your Honor, he stated to me that he wasn't clear that alcohol was not allowed on probation. I made that very clear to him that that is a term of his
oh
probation.
come
but-
on now, that's not what he
No,
said.
no, I was telling her that the day I got tested, you know, it wasn't supposed to be, it wasn't supposed to be the alcohol. It was because, they got me going twice for alcohol and once for drug testing. And that's what I was trying to explain.
Oh, so you thought you were gonna be able to get away with it that day? Because I know you and I've talked about it several
Yeah,
times.
yes, and it was a mistake. That's basically it. Wasn't that I wasn't aware. It wasn't.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were
it
very
was.
aware because we talked about it at least twice. The last time you drank
is
for your
fun.
birthday, we talked about this,
Yes. Yeah.
and you got a break. So I know you know.
Yes.
Awkward.
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
I think everyone understands.
And he's just asking the court to adopt probation's recommendations, please.
Mr. Palmer, you were doing what appeared to be so well. I don't know if you had just figured out how to cheat the system or what.
No, you can't. You can't cheat the system, and I'm kind of upset with myself at this point because I'm like I have been doing so well, and it seemed like.
You're not being picked up right now.
Can you hear me?
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden you went very soft.
Hold on, I'm trying to turn my phone on. Can you hear me now?
Uh-oh.
I think you can pick it up, right? It's okay, one more thing so we can make sure we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now. Okay. All right. So go ahead, sir. Well, before I get to you, Ms. McDuffie, is there anything you want to say with respect to this one?
I'm just really concerned about Mr. Palmer taking this seriously. I know that even when he was entering the plea, he was kind of laughing about it. It looks like this is the 5th time or more that it's happened. And so given that the underlying offense is the OWI second offense and the behavior continues, I'm just concerned about him in general and understanding that this is not a game.
Thank you. So, Mr. Palmer, this is your 5th test positive, your first, I think it's your first official violation. Because you had been showing up as compliant. But recently, in the last, since like January, I think around Christmas time, you things went awry. And I'm just trying to figure out how we got here because you were doing so well.
Not thinking. Going through some things and
What's up, Kurt?
stressful lately.
Hello, how are you?
How you doing, buddy?
I can't get back on the right track.
Well, I saw that you were 200 away from 100,000, and I
need to
thought
get
I'd
back
come
on the
on
right
and
track.
try to stop
This is gonna be
try to
your-
stop the march to
I know that.
100,000.
And I know that I can. So
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. So everyone unsubscribe
Talking about
immediately.
stress, let's get right back on
Watch
that.
Let's
That's
Talk with Mike.
Well, if you need to get some additional support through this,
I gotta get back
then
on your
that's
channel.
what you need to do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We
'Cause
had
sometimes
technical
we just
difficulties
require
last
that.
time, but we can get through it.
Support makes a difference in
Yeah.
our world. And if you
That
need
could have
to-
possibly
to-
been on my
I don't
end. I
know.
was
I don't know
having
if you're
computer
in.
problems
Let me
that I
see
didn't
what
know I was
do
having
here.
at the time.
Are you going to your 12-step meeting still?
I'm about to say, I do have a sponsor that I talked to.
I made avocado toast.
So
I thought I'd eat my
could actually
avocado
get back in
toast
touch with him.
with you.
Yeah, I
that's
think you need to
awesome.
do that. You would be surprised at the number of people that we've seen just were doing extremely well for years. And you're just starting
Law
out,
Talk with
doing
Mike is
extremely well
proof
for
that you can
years
shit
and
post
fall
your way to
off, and then
100,000
they
subscribers.
don't
That's what
see
you
it
are.
coming. I see this coming for you. You don't want to go to jail. This is an
All this
extremely
effort and
serious case.
trying
I take it
for
seriously.
suckers.
This is going to be
Did you
your
see
one
the
opportunity
lady
to get
yesterday
it together.
from
Okay.
Travis
You understand?
County?
Yes, ma'am.
I did not.
5
told
days
the
of community
judge
service is going to be, you're going to continue on your probation.
she was
and I'm
arrested
gonna
for
add 5 days of
trespassing. She told the
community
judge
service.
that Trump had transferred the property to her prior.
Yeah, the daughter of Trump. I saw the headline.
Get in
I
touch
didn't
with your
read. I didn't see
sponsor,
the
sir.
story though.
Okay, thank you.
I missed
man.
out on that.
And I'll see you
Travis
back
County
here
is a hotbed
on
of fun.
May
It
11th.
really is.
Okay, thank you.
You're
And I'm
welcome.
sorry again, Ms. Washington, because I know we have talked. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
apologize.
now I'm just outside the border of
Thank you,
Travis,
sir.
so
Thank
I feel
All right.
I feel immune from the stupidity.
Well, they are keeping it weird. I'll say that for them.
All right. Recalling
Yeah.
the case of Noah Klein, 23S4184374. And Mr. Lilly wants to talk to you.
If there's ever like a Supreme Court
Rachel
case
McDuffie for
on
the people.
that you want to actually like discuss
Brian
law
Kelly
or
on behalf
something,
of Noah
let
Klein.
me
Your Honor,
know.
may
You
we
can come on my
approach real
channel. Be
briefly,
fine.
please?
Yes, you may.
I still have to do the review of the Twitter half of the 230 argument. If you want to come on for that.
Oh, good Lord. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. Would you like me to tell you, or do you care?
230. What?
Yes. See, Communications Decency Act, Section 230, dealing with immunity for providers, social media. No, none of these things.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, okay.
Okay. All right.
I know what you're talking about now, but if you're just going to drop the code provision,
Yeah.
that's not going to happen.
So I did the oral arguments for Gonzalez versus Google, and there was an oral argument in Twitter I haven't done yet.
Ah, there we go.
Twitter
That is interesting stuff.
Twitter's being sued for facilitating terrorism.
I can see that.
So they're at the Supreme Court on whether or not you can sue the Twitters for the facilitating of the terrorism.
I mean, these are the big decisions that are coming out of this era.
Yep.
No two ways about it. These are the issues that 50 years from now people will still talk about. Well, what happened? Did I lose volume here?
Randy asked, Kurt, I'd love you to tell us when the Fifth Amendment can be used since Murdoch couldn't use it. I'm confused. Well, he can use it, but you have to choose. You can't use it in part. You have the right to remain silent. You can use that right or not. So if you choose to speak, if you choose to testify, then they have the right to cross-examine you. And then there's a question about the scope of the cross-examination, but it's like, do you want your Fifth Amendment or not? It's like, I want to testify. Okay, there you go.
There you go. Learning right here on Law Talk with Mike.
No problem.
What else you been on? You're doing all that kind of stuff.
I did one on Tiger Woods this morning. I reviewed that sort of complaint that came down this morning about the Tiger Woods thing. His ex-girlfriend
No, how you go back to the
him to
video?
nullify a non-disclosure agreement. I covered that this morning. That was good.
No, it took me off. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yes.
That was interesting. Okay, so I have that playing in the background. You get it, right?
Yeah.
I go over there. What's going on with that call that I was using to fill the space here? It's not up. That was a hot mic. Good time. So did you watch any of XXXTentacion?
No, I missed out on that joy.
It was actually interesting, but although I'm interested in this, we have a trigger. There's 3 guys up for murder. We have a trigger man. He's toast. They should all be toast. Their entire defense is they have everything on video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the one thing they do to introduce reasonable doubt is they wear ski masks.
Mm-hmm.
So then all the defendants are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't me. I mean, we know who it was. We know who it was.
If you can prove that they're in a conspiracy or they are accessories, it doesn't really matter which is which.
Yeah.
That's one of the beautiful things about law. It's like if you're in a conspiracy with someone, then everyone eats the liability of everyone else. So who's the trigger man? I don't know and I don't care. And I don't need to know or care. You're all guilty. Screw you all.
Well, that's exactly it. The prosecutor was fantastic in this case. She made that very argument.
Yeah.
And
you don't need to figure out which it is.
Right.
You just need to know that it's one of them.
But they actually do know. Like they have the relative heights, they have everything on video. They all walk into. He comes out of a store. They kill him. They box him into the parking lot, kill him on the way out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they've got surveillance of 2 out of 3 of them in the store right prior. They have. I mean, they got them. They got these guys.
Yeah. I'm not saying they can't figure it out. I'm just saying you don't need to.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Figuring it out is bonus.
Well, they also had the awkward. This is fun. They're making it rain with the cash they took from the guy's backpack.
Mm-hmm.
They all have that video out. So you had all
Did
the
they take
defense
the video
attorneys
themselves?
making this uncomfortable.
Did
Yeah,
they take
my
the video
client's a
themselves?
knucklehead.
Did
Excuse
they
me?
post it on their own? Did they take the video themselves? Did they post it on their own social media? Is that what
Oh,
happened?
they sure did. They sure did.
Okay, great. I knew that was the right answer. I just had to confirm the stupidity. Of course, it's
Well,
true.
yeah. So all the defense attorneys have to
Let
say,
me make
well,
it rain with the money that I stole.
Right. That was a poor decision, but it doesn't mean they did it. Okay.
It helps along
Okay.
the way.
It does. It does.
It doesn't mean you did it with the money that you have.
Not by
Kinda means
itself.
you did it.
Right. Let me see.
How did you get the money then? Did it just magically appear?
Well, what the? All right. So here's the thing. They pull the jury in.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. Tell me in the chat if you know, because I have people saying there's no verdict yet. And if that's the case, we're kind of screwed because I have a court appearance. But
It's okay. You can just leave the channel with me.
last time I did that, Kurt, you know very well, it turned into Club Kurt.
I might turn it into a learning experience. I might try to teach these guys something.
Oh. But they call the jury back, and then they leave. But I don't know why you would get the jury back, aside from the fact that they have a verdict.
Well, the only reason I could think to get them back is if they wanted to review evidence and for some reason they were going to review it in the courtroom itself. Because I remember that happened during the Rittenhouse trial where the jury wanted to come back. They came back to review some sort of video because the
that
TV
makes
was
sense.
bigger in the courtroom. So they came back to review the evidence again. So there's that.
That does make sense. I mean, on my cases, I've had you get a jury question, and then they'll call the attorneys and they'll say, the jury asked this question. What do you want us to do? And they'll do that to all the attorneys that were in the case. And then they'll send a note back, and that's it. But you're not pulling them into the courtroom for this.
Yeah. It could be a logistics thing, like I just mentioned. That would be one.
But yeah,
The
if
only
they
other
wanted to
thing I
review
could
evidence,
think is
especially if it was physical or something, maybe, yeah.
Or some sort of correction in an instruction or
Mhm.
something like that needs to be corrected because someone realized a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I think that also happened. Is that Rittenhouse where they reread the instruction, or was it Depp where they reread the instruction? I think it was
Yeah.
Depp where they reread the instruction because it was a very minor mistake. And if you weren't like you and me, you wouldn't notice the difference.
Right.
And even if you were you and me and didn't have the benefit of like the tape and everything and going back and seeing exactly what's happened, you probably wouldn't be able to spot the difference in real time because it was a very minor change. So it could be that.
I'm actually surprised. I'm
As
surprised
I'm just
in this case.
rough guessing here. Last
Yeah,
minute
I'm
plea deal.
surprised that it's taken this long.
Last minute plea deal. They decide to plead out, and so we don't need the jury anymore.
Well, I suppose they could.
I'll tell you what, man. You well know that there's a lot of courthouse step settlements.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as you're walking into the courthouse, it's like it gets real. And another inflection point is when the jury's out and deliberating.
I've settled
it's pretty real.
I've settled a couple back in chambers with the jury in the box.
Yeah. So there you go.
They literally they just wanted to see who the panel was going to be to make their final determination, and then they go okay, and then they ask for a sidebar, and they come back and say, "Do you want this?"
You might have the come to Jesus meeting with the clients. Like, here's how screwed you are.
Right. Although I don't know that I've never seen it, but that's only because I don't do it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I've never seen it in a prosecution in a criminal context. I don't know if they would leave offers open or not. I guess it would depend on the case.
It would depend on the case, yeah. I mean, if you get a guilty plea, that eliminates a lot of issues because basically your only appellate issue left that's possible is ineffective assistance of counsel. It basically moots everything. So assuming that there are any problems or any issues, you just get rid of everything. You get a rock solid conviction. So it's worth something.
All right, let me see here.
Everyone loves the confession from the
this was
defendant's own
coming.
mouth.
I love it. All right. Let's see here. We got some
That's the
stuff.
court. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really do appreciate everything you had to say. I think you're
You realize
correct.
there's
A lot
nothing
of
being
people
displayed
don't
on
take
screen.
into
There we go.
consideration those non-financial consequences for those that they steal from. So I appreciate everything you had to say.
Thank you.
1 second, please.
I don't really like Zoom court. I have to say, this is not.
I love it.
This is not. I know you do. This is
Well,
not
just-
instilling me
just
with a
love not
reverence.
having to go. Yeah.
Why even bother putting on a suit and tie? Surely you can just put an avatar of you. Do a VTuber thing. That'd be good. VTube your way and just do a artificial intelligence avatar. Can you do that? That way you won't even just put on a suit and tie.
I got absolutely
What is this
chewed
now?
out for wearing a dress shirt and a tie without a coat on Zoom.
Same old thing.
In real life, I did.
Hardcore.
Yep.
1 second.
Sounds like something Virginia would do. They made me take the bar exam in suit and tie in Virginia.
Wow.
Yeah. So you got to dress for the bar like you would for court. So yeah.
The bar.
Texas did not make me do that. I'd like to say. Oh, did you see my Texas thing came in the mail? The
All right,
fancy Texas thing that certifies
Is there
me?
anything else?
Oh,
you
that's
wanted to
cool.
state with respect to this matter?
Your Honor, nothing from the people. I fully support probation's recommendation, particularly the requirement to write a letter of apology to the seekers. And I hope that that happens quickly and with a lot of reflection as to what was said today.
Thank you. All right, from the defense, please.
Nothing on my part. Samantha, did you have anything that you wanted to say?
I just want to say that I'm sorry. I really do regret it. I was having some problems back then, but I really did learn from that. And ever since that day, I've been doing pretty good. I'm actually working 2 jobs, and I am very sorry. If I could take it back, I would.
That is
Nice.
awesome.
Fancy.
Congratulations. That is so cool.
All right, I have reviewed the
2 jurisdictions.
report. I've reviewed
It's kinda like getting
police
married
report,
twice.
and I'm going to, for the most part, with some modifications, follow the
I just want to get
recommendation of
married
the probation
once.
department.
No, you don't.
Ma'am, it is
You have
the
no
sentence
idea
of
how
this
happy you
court
are,
that you
Kurt.
serve
You have no idea.
365 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. You will receive credit for the 1 day you have served. You will have
Isn't that like
364 days of those
the benefit of
suspended.
loss
What
that
that
you
means
realize
is
what you
that if you
had the
do
whole
everything
time?
you're supposed to
Absolutely.
do, then you won't have to do any additional jail time. But if you don't, you have to come back and see me. And then at that point in time, we'll be looking at jail time because you're getting an opportunity to show this
My bar
community
card is
and to
gold.
show the cigars
I'm not sure
that
what that's all
you
about.
mean what you just said, that you have changed your life,
That's
that you are
ballers,
going
what
to do
that's
better,
about.
and you're going to do better for you and for your kids. I'm going to give you a sentence in this case of 12 months on probation. You are to have fines and court costs in this particular case for a total of $325, $30 per month in probation oversight fee. The reason your costs are as low as they are is because this is not about the financial piece. This is about the showing the community that you actually mean well, and you're going to do the other parts of this
April
program.
says Kurt would be difficult
You
to
to
be in a
complete,
relationship with.
You to meet with
Mike, am I
probation
difficult to
when
be in a
we're directed,
relationship with?
including any and all home visits. Complete the economic crime program within 3 months. Write a letter of
We all
apology to the
are.
victim and submit it to probation within 30
That's why it doesn't
days.
work.
I
I'm
agree
wonderful.
with the prosecution that it should be meaningful and reflective and not just a I apology. You should explain to them why you did what you did to interfere with their lives in the way that you did.
Avocado toast.
You should submit to, pay, and be responsible for drug and alcohol tests as requested by the court. You should have no use or possession of any alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, or drug paraphernalia, no being in the presence of anyone using or having any of those. No use or possession of any firearm, firearm components, ammunition, or other dangerous weapons, no being in the presence of anyone carrying or using those. There's no contact with Miss Eileen Seagar or Robert Seagar other than to write this letter. No going to
Since
their
Mike is
address,
gone, I
which
will
I'm not gonna
encourage you to
actually place on the
subscribe, help
record
get
here.
Mike
You know
past
what
that
that address
100,000
is
mark.
because you were there.
He deserves
at
it,
that
putting in the
particular home.
work.
Do not go to that home
Smart
again,
guy,
but the address will
friend.
be on file. In
Hit that
addition to that
subscribe
now,
button. Tell your
you need to
friends. Let's get him
complete
past the 100,000
10
mark today.
days of community service. And you should
Okay.
probably pick some program that shows that you have given some thought to how to give back to the community in a similar way that you took from the community.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Heaton will tell you how long you have to get those 10 days completed. Okay.
Okay. And is he also somebody that I gotta talk to about, like, is it gonna be like random drug testings, or can I go?
He'll go over all that with you when you do the contract with him.
Okay.
Or someone from the probation department will go over that with you. You need to contact them this afternoon after 1 o'clock to go over your probation contract. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have the phone number still?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. Please call them after 1 o'clock. I'm gonna do a review in this case to make sure everything is going well on June 8th.
At what time?
At 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Okay.
Yes, we'll see you then.
All right.
I'm still showing
All right, thank you.
99.8 on the subscriber count.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
99.9.
take care of Mr. and Mrs. Seagar, okay?
Let's go.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kurt. I heard that. And everybody go over there and subscribe to Kurt's channel on civil law. It's good stuff. And it's not all serious. There is some learning. But
There
we
is
also
some
have
learning.
dramatic readings, which is my favorite. The dramatic readings are my favorite.
Well, the Chad Daybell trial, or more properly at this point, sorry, Lori Vallow
Are we
trial
ready
is,
to recall
I think,
the
scheduled
Munson
for
matter?
April 3rd
Yes, Judge.
or something like that. So we will have dramatic readings from the book of
What
Daybell.
will we call the case
More
of the state of
Mormon-
Michigan versus
more
Dejan
Mormon
Munson,
apocalypse
case number
porn.
Dayon.
That would be good, but I have a feeling it won't go to trial.
22S00743.
You think?
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
I don't know how, but I just
Defender Chinazi Carey. I
I think somehow there's a play there.
Munson. Mr. Munson, can you state your name for the record?
Dayon Munson.
Thank you. All right, you've had an opportunity to speak with your client on this particular matter. There is a bond violation that indicates that he was stopped in a vehicle and that there was fentanyl present.
That is correct, Your Honor. I am not sure if there are going to be charges arising from that. I have not seen anything in GIS, so I don't know if the people intend to or what the status on that is. If there are
Then
going
we've
to be
also got, of course,
open
the
charges, then
OnlyFans murder
obviously we
trial
would
coming
need
up
to
in
be
Florida.
pleading not
Courtney
guilty to that
Honey?
particular violation in anticipation of what will happen in that
That should be good.
That'll be exciting.
potentially
That should be
upcoming
good.
case.
Thank you.
He would stand mute and ask the
The
court. to waive
thumbnails
any
make
further
themselves,
reading
which is
of the
convenient for me.
complaint or-
Well,
I
I
don't know
believe
how
that
to
he
put up
was
with thumb
arraigned
count.
on the
Hard to
bond
tell.
violation back on March 3rd before the magistrate Nelson arraigned him. You were asking that I adjourn the hearing in this matter at this point so that you can determine, so you can find out whether or not they plan to file additional charges. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Judge,
All right.
absolutely.
Response from the people.
99.9. Let's get that last 100
Your
subscribers.
Honor,
Hit the subscribe
unfortunately,
button.
I
Tell your
received
friends
this,
on
information
Twitter.
for the first time today on the record. When the
Text your
court so graciously
your
provided it to
mother.
me.
I don't
So
know. Have her
can't provide
subscribe.
any insight regarding any plans to charge At this point, I don't see it.
Text that ex of
which is why
yours
the
you
court
haven't talked to
shared
in
it with me.
5
So let me
years.
follow up with
Be
our
like,
office. If I
have you
could,
considered
regarding
subscribing to
that,
Law Talk with
because
Mike?
I just see, I think just a reckless driving ticket in 15th, but I don't see this charge or this incident documented anywhere else as well. So I will follow up and try to get some clarity on where this stands as soon as I can.
All right. I will grant the adjournment
actual
request
number?
on the violation of probation hearing at this time and schedule this for
I'm
April
looking
the
at
6th,
Social Blade, which isn't
2023.
necessarily the most
And I'm
accurate
gonna do
number, but
that at
that's what I'm looking
11
at.
a.m. At this point in time, I'll still do it by Zoom, but if we find out that there will be no charges, that the nature of the appearance may change and he will be notified of such. But at this point, we're gonna go with the Zoom hearing.
Okay. Studio says 99,904 right now.
Do you understand, Mr. Munson?
99,906. 94 to go.
I'm gonna adjourn this matter at this time because we don't know whether
Let's
you're gonna have additional
go.
charges. If we find out before then that there won't be additional charges, then we
And you
may
get one of these cool
we
play
may be moving
buttons.
forward with the hearing, which is going to occur in person.
That
Your attorney
I
will
want
notify
one.
you if it's gonna change.
I think
Otherwise,
it's
you just
cool.
need to show up here
I
on
want a gold
on
one.
Zoom. Okay.
Absolutely.
Only 800
All right.
and
Thank you, sir.
77,000 more to
You're
go.
welcome.
So if you know 877,000 people, if you could have them subscribe to Uncivil Law, that'd be great. Everyone tell a friend and then have them tell a friend and so on and 8 times. And yeah, okay, great.
All right. Is this thing coming back on? Come on.
I don't think that Zoom court has the dignity of normal court. I just don't feel the dignified and gravitas of
Well, that's people less so now, but people always ask me, is this what court's like? Because I have like crazy
No.
appearances, right? I'm like, no, I've been doing this over 25 years. No,
this is some bullshit.
You get a bunch of guys in suits like me, and it's very
On
calm.
the Darius Williams matter,
and
is
quiet.
everything okay over there?
Ma'am, hi. My son just had a seizure and the ambulance is here. The officers are here now.
Okay.
ma'am. Officer Lewis, please.
I'm sorry. He was waiting for his Zoom meeting and he started having a seizure. He's been having seizures for about 6
Nice.
months. And they're not sure if they're stress related or neurological. So he has to see the neurologist. So we don't know what's going on yet.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll just adjourn this then.
Okay.
Okay. I hope he's okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
He's
it.
faking.
All right.
He's faking.
We'll put it over for the 13th. Okay.
Okay.
He has
Thank you so
he
much.
has a seizure just as court's
Okay.
about to
Okay, I'll
convene.
let him know.
Convenient.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Prod him with a
I
stick.
do.
Hi.
I'm Tyler. My partner.
Get the smelling salts. He'll be fine.
Oh, good Lord. She handled it like a champ.
Oh, you
Thanks,
want an
Mom.
excuse because of your so-called seizure. Because your brain isn't working. Oh, okay.
Well, I had
Next
one
thing you'll be telling me is that you want to kill 2 people for a continuance.
I had one on here where an attorney went down and he really did. He had a stroke and he was out.
dear.
He was clinically dead for like an hour or whatever. And the attorney opposing him would not accept it. This was on Zoom. I'm like, oh, that's
Wow.
bold. Oh,
Wow.
that is bold. And the attorney was not lying. You know.
The court will call the case of State of Michigan versus Gifford Farrell, case number 17S00093.
That's the time when someone's gonna have a talk with you, man.
19W0088498.
Seriously.
Racially different for the people.
This is
do
Officer
to
Phoenix
you?
Kazakara Kimberly on behalf of Mr. Gifford Farrell. Mr. Farrell, can you state your name for the record, please?
Gifford Farrell.
Thank you. Mr. Farrell, why would you think it's appropriate to just start yelling out names in the middle of court?
No, I didn't think it was appropriate. My phone was doing some crazy stuff. I didn't know it came on and off, and I didn't know if I missed you or not. I know you could probably see that I was scared, but No, ma'am. No way.
I'll let
wasn't my
cameras
point
in my
of view.
courtroom
I'm
if
so
I ever
sorry.
become a
Please
judge,
forgive
but I
me.
am not doing Zoom. I'm sorry.
All
It's
right.
just not happening, Mike. This is some bullshit.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I am okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you
Like
imagine
I
Zoom
left, you
Supreme
blessed.
Court? Holy God.
So it looks like he completed 260 hours of community service at Washtenaw Community College.
That's what our understanding as well, Judge.
That should take care of his. What did you do over at Washtenaw Community College? Let me see.
Pick up
Overseeing the
paper, white
gym,
window, all type of stuff.
setting up rooms,
Yes,
painting,
ma'am.
cleaning flower beds, volunteered during cleanup for the Ipsy Housing Commission, Park Ridge Summer Festival.
You got 1,000 people watching. I know there are 80 people watching that have not hit that subscribe button. Is your subscribe button currently activated? If not, it is sad. It is sad and lonely, as so many of us are in these trying times, but it's okay. Be the change we want to see in the world. Click that subscribe button today. Give it the companionship it desperately needs.
Oh, well played. I like that.
Mr. Heaton,
Let's see if it worked.
and I need to see counsel in the breakout room, please.
9:21.
In the arms of angels. Subscribe now. Away from here. Mike deserves it. If you subscribe now, I will stop singing. In the arms of the angel.
Oh my God, this is quite the stream. So I had a court appearance, and then I saw that verdict's in. So I just throw this on. I got nothing, and then you hop on. I'm like, this is quite the stream.
Yeah, I'm here to help. You help.
We shall see.
You help out bring. You are valuable to me because you help bring out aspects of my personality that are less present on my own channel, and I appreciate you giving me a safe space to do that, Mike. You're a good friend.
It's a safe space. Law Talk with Mike, a safe space.
I feel safe.
Oh, good Lord. All right. I'm giving up on her. I'm giving up on that. And I've got to go to court. I don't know what to do.
How long are you going to be in court?
15, 20 minutes.
I could try to hold down for you 15, 20 minutes if you want.
I mean, it doesn't, well, I got to make a little call. It's 11. But I don't know if they're going to come back. All right, let me look one last time. Does anybody have any information on this? As for continuance, that's good. I should ask for continuance right now, and it's not like anybody in my circle here is watching. But boy, that would be.
Have you considered having a seizure? That seems to be the going thing these days.
Oh, Judge, I didn't say I had a seizure. I said somebody on the call that I was streaming had a seizure. All right. Now I got to deal with it. And I don't know if they're going to come back. It might be 5 hours from now.
The entire verdict will be read and entered while you're gone. That's how fast this court rolls. You know it's going to happen.
All right. No, I got to pull the plug. Well, thanks for coming by, Kurt.
Well, thanks for having me. It's fun.
It was fun. You made the waiting fun though, nonetheless.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go to my court thing. If it hasn't gone yet, then I'll pop back on. Although I have another one. I have another one at 1. If the verdict comes back while I'm not in court, I'll probably stream it. That's what I can say. That's what I can say about it. That's it.
Lightning.
All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you soon.